Get ready, because the future of first-person shooters is about to explode. From brutal realism to sci-fi chaos, these are the 20 upcoming FPS games that will blow your mind. Beautiful Light plunges players into a dark, tactical extraction shooter where 6 squads, each composed of 3 elite operators, descend into a deadly zone in search of a mysterious artifact. Every mission is a fight for survival, not just against rival squads, but against the unpredictable, player-controlled anomalies that stalk the battlefield. One wrong move, and everything you've earned can be lost in an instant. The developers are clearly going for something intense, a blend of PvP and PvE where tension never lets up. What makes it especially exciting is the combination of precise team tactics, environmental danger, and the promise of deeply unsettling horror undertones. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game is shaping up to deliver not just fluid gunplay, but also hauntingly realistic visuals and atmosphere that pull you straight into the chaos. Hunger transports players into a twisted reimagining of Napoleonic Europe, a world consumed by a mysterious bacterium that gives birth to horrifying abominations. It's a place where every expedition feels like a desperate gamble between glory and doom. You can venture out alone, with a partner, or as part of a trio, scavenging the wasteland for precious resources, completing missions, battling both monstrous creatures and rival players who are after the same prize. This isn't just another extraction shooter. The developers are fusing RPG progression and survival tension into one system. You'll level your character from 1 to 100, craft weapons, trade in a player-driven market, and face escalating challenges that test your nerve as much as your skill.
Southwest. Right.
Yeah.
Looping. I'm pulling back to the compound.
I missed. Yeah, I see guys. Yeah.
Keep moving. We don't have a lot of time.
Missed. 7 seconds. Come.
Wraith Ops strips away the fluff and returns to what first-person shooters are all about. Fast, precise, adrenaline-fueled combat. Developed by Grassroots Studio and published by Team 17, this game embraces the raw thrill of infantry warfare, focusing purely on player skill and team synergy. Forget endless menus or complicated progression systems. Here, it's all about movement, gunplay, and tactical coordination. With a range of competitive modes like 12 vs 12 Overlord, Gun Game, Arena, and Classic Team Deathmatch, Wraith Ops wants to reignite that old-school multiplayer spark where every kill and every objective feels earned. What's most refreshing is the studio's commitment to core mechanics rather than chasing trends. The Defiant takes us deep into the battle-scarred landscapes of 1940s China, offering a rare and powerful perspective on the Second Sino-Japanese War, a chapter of history that's rarely explored in Western games. Developed by a passionate Chinese team, this project, also known in some regions as The Resistance, blends cinematic storytelling with gritty, boots-on-the-ground warfare. From stealth-based night missions and sabotage operations to full-scale ambushes, every encounter feels raw and desperate. The visuals, judging from early footage, capture the smoke, chaos, and emotion of a land torn apart by conflict. The developers clearly aim high, competing with giants like Call of Duty and Battlefield in ambition and scope, but with their own cultural and emotional depth at the core. Den of Wolves pulls you into the underbelly of Midway City, a futuristic, unregulated metropolis where corporations wage silent wars through espionage, sabotage, and hired mercenaries. Developed by 10 Chambers, the creators behind some of the most intense co-op experiences, this new title blends heist gameplay, infiltration, and all-out combat with a heavy dose of tension. You and your crew take on high-stakes missions for the highest bidder, stealing data, hacking systems, planting explosives, and escaping alive before security forces lock down the zone. The world itself feels believable, grounded in cyberpunk realism, with neon-lit corridors and industrial skylines masking moral decay underneath. Every job demands coordination, timing, and trust. And in this city, trust is in short supply.
Divided enemies line up one by one like a real foot soldier. Keep moving!
Wardogs aims to deliver nothing less than total warfare. Developed by Bulkhead Interactive, it's designed as a large-scale multiplayer experience where up to 100 players battle for dominance across land, sea, and air. 3 factions enter the fray, each one with unique vehicles, tactics, and objectives, creating a living battlefield that never plays out the same way twice. The focus is on teamwork, coordination, and positioning, not just raw shooting skill. You'll need to command tanks, ships, and aircraft, shifting momentum across multiple fronts in real time. It's the kind of game that wants to capture the scope of an actual war zone: chaotic, unpredictable, and strategic.
2026, programming, design, art, and production for our new first-person.
We are game first. We live or die on what we make and what we bring to the
Next game, Wardogs.
The foundation.
We really want people who care about their career and making
a massive opportunity, not just for us, but it's your shot.
Judas is a haunting return to narrative-driven first-person storytelling from Ken Levine, the visionary mind behind BioShock. Set aboard the starship Mayflower, humanity's final hope drifting between the stars, you find yourself in a fragile society held together by 3 powerful figures, each with their own ideals, secrets, and sins. You are both the savior and the betrayer, and every choice you make shapes the fragile balance aboard this ship. Betrayal, morality, and survival intertwine as you navigate between alliances and confront the consequences of your actions. Judas looks to fuse philosophical depth with explosive, atmospheric combat, a trademark of Levine's storytelling style. The visuals evoke a sense of isolation and melancholy, mixing retro-futuristic technology with the decaying spirit of humankind.
People say I have this coming.
Shadow Project drags players into the final, paranoid years of the Cold War, a time when shadows hid the darkest secrets. You play as a US operative sent deep into Soviet territory to uncover the truth behind Project Shadow, a classified experiment that turns humans and animals into living weapons. The game mixes tense stealth sequences with bursts of brutal combat as you navigate mist-covered forests, decaying villages, and claustrophobic underground tunnels. Limited ammo, realistic gunplay, and a suffocating atmosphere push you to think like a survivor rather than a soldier. Developed by a small but ambitious studio, the game focuses on authenticity and psychological tension instead of flashy spectacle.
Blood must spill. Morality doesn't protect us.
Hell Let Loose Vietnam takes the franchise's signature large-scale warfare and drops it into one of the most chaotic and unpredictable theaters in history, the jungles of Vietnam. This 50 vs 50 tactical shooter evolves the original formula with new mechanics like swimming, helicopter combat, tunnel digging, and dense foliage that both protects and betrays you. Visibility is low, communication is everything, and a single misstep can expose your entire squad. The game captures the confusion and intensity of jungle warfare, gunfire echoing through trees, helicopters roaring overhead, and ambushes erupting from nowhere. What makes it even more impressive is the developers' ongoing commitment to the original Hell Let Loose community, ensuring that Vietnam isn't a replacement but an expansion of the experience. Defect hurls players into a grim cyberpunk future where humanity's last city lies under the iron rule of an all-seeing artificial intelligence known simply as the System. Developed by Empty Vessel, this ambitious multiplayer shooter is built around faction warfare, from the system's own enforcers to rogue defectors and underground gangs. Each match unfolds like a living mission, full of shifting objectives such as smuggling, assassinations, and data theft, forcing squads to adapt on the fly. With 4-player teams, destructible environments, and a blend of PvP and co-op dynamics, Defect refuses to fit neatly into any genre box. It's not an extraction shooter, not a hero shooter, it's carving its own hybrid space where tactical precision meets raw chaos. Clockwork Revolution whisks you away to Avalon, a dazzling steampunk metropolis built on brass, steam, and corruption. Created by InXile Entertainment, this first-person action RPG doesn't just tell a story, it lets you rewrite it. At the heart of the experience is a device called the Chronometer, a tool that lets you manipulate time itself, journey into the past, change key events, and watch how your choices reshape the city in unpredictable ways. Every decision ripples through Avalon's intricate social hierarchy, where mechanical servants, prosthetic aristocrats, and a revolution bubbling beneath the surface define the rhythm of life. The game blends immersive combat with deep role-playing, weaving together narrative consequences and visual splendor in equal measure.
Time. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past.
Exekiller drops you into a post-apocalyptic world where the remnants of New York rise like jagged metal ruins above scorched deserts. You play as Denzel Phoenix, a bounty hunter in service to a ruthless corporation, chasing fugitives, collecting rewards, and uncovering the dark secrets of a society built on greed. Developed by Paradark Studio, the game fuses retro-futuristic Western aesthetics with dystopian sci-fi grit. Picture dusty wastelands glowing under neon skies, broken highways, and colossal holographic billboards flickering over rusted cities. It's part shooter, part open-world adventure, where every mission can unfold differently depending on your choices. Weather hazards, survival elements, and multiple story paths reinforce the feeling that every decision has weight.
He's not going anywhere.
Buddy, I am Exekiller.
I want to make you an offer, which I'm sure you won't refuse.
Abyssus plunges you into the depths of a drowned world, an ancient civilization swallowed by the ocean and twisted into something alien. Developed by Double Moose Games and published by the Arcade Crew, this fast-paced roguelite FPS lets you and up to 3 friends descend into brine-soaked ruins to battle corrupted sea creatures and reclaim lost technology. Every run is unique, every fight a swirling chaos of gunfire and bubbles in the eerie glow of underwater cathedrals. The brine punk aesthetic makes Abyssus stand out. Gleaming pressure suits, liquid-powered weaponry, and echoing halls where ancient machines hum beneath the waves. With a mix of randomized loadouts, roguelite progression, and fluid co-op gameplay, the game captures that addictive loop of risk and reward.
Here's when things get serious. Interact with the altars when you come across them. Spin them round with the power of the winds. Or call upon the boon commit to a specific power to gain major boons as you collect more blessings of the same type. But the combinations are almost infinite.
Rogue Point brings cooperative shooting to a whole new level of strategy. Developed by Crowbar Collective and published by Team 17, this 4-player FPS revolves around teamwork, coordination, and risk management. The story begins after the death of a powerful CEO whose empire fractures into chaos. Rival corporations now wage war through private armies hired via an app called Mercs, and your crew, Rogue Point, stands as the only force willing to fight back against corporate greed. Missions take you across dynamic locations that change with every run thanks to a unique parametric design system, ensuring no 2 operations are ever the same. You'll start each mission underpowered, scavenging for better gear, weighing when to push forward or retreat before it's too late.
Raven's gone dark. Could be interference. Or close.
Black Vultures' Prey of Greed throws players into a brutal world where every mission is a gamble and every decision can cost you everything. Developed by This Means War Studio and published by We Made, this tactical first-person shooter takes place in a war-torn region where 3 separate teams battle for limited resources and control. The twist lies in its dynamic 3-faction structure. Alliances shift constantly, and you can never truly trust anyone on the battlefield. The life ticket system ensures that every death has real consequences, turning each encounter into a high-stakes survival scenario. It's not just about who shoots faster, but who thinks smarter. Weapon customization, resource management, and tactical decision-making define the experience, demanding both precision and patience. The Cube is one of those projects that immediately sparks curiosity. Developed by Mundfish, the team behind Atomic Heart, this MMORPG shooter takes place inside a colossal floating structure, an ever-shifting labyrinth suspended in the sky. Inside this massive cube, reality constantly bends and rearranges itself. Corridors twist, biomes morph, and the environment itself becomes an enemy. Players will explore these changing landscapes, battling both mechanical and human threats while uncovering the mysteries of this impossible construct. The developers describe it as a living world where nothing stays the same for long, and that unpredictability is its greatest hook. The visual design draws from the same surreal aesthetic that made Atomic Heart stand out. Vivid colors, eerie technology, and dreamlike architecture that feels both beautiful and unnerving.
Did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
High on Life 2 returns with the same irreverent humor and chaotic charm that made the first game such a wild ride. Developed by Squanch Games, this sequel cranks everything up. Bigger worlds, faster combat, and even stranger jokes. You'll once again wield talking alien guns, each with its own personality, quirks, and snarky commentary, as you skate through bizarre planets and face an evil pharmaceutical conspiracy threatening all of humanity. It's absurd, colorful, and completely self-aware. The kind of game that doesn't take itself seriously, yet still manages to deliver sharp design and creative action. One of the big new additions is skateboarding mechanics, allowing for more fluid movement and exploration through alien landscapes.
Yeah, humans are Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like...
Crisol Theater of Idols takes you deep into a nightmare born from Spanish folklore and religious horror. Developed by Vermilla Studios and published by Blumhouse Games, it unfolds in a twisted version of Spain known as Hispania, a place where blood is both your weapon and your curse. You play as Gabriel, a soldier stranded on the haunted island of Tormentosa, where monstrous saints, living statues, and grotesque rituals await. Every reload comes at a cost, your own health, making every shot and every encounter a painful decision. The atmosphere is dripping with dread, flickering candlelight, echoing chants, and the constant presence of holy idols turned abominations. It's a striking blend of Gothic architecture and visceral combat, mixing religious symbolism with psychological torment. Beneath is a descent into madness beneath the ocean's surface, a survival horror shooter inspired by the cosmic dread of H.P. Lovecraft. Developed by Camel 101 and published by Wired Productions, it follows diver Noah Quinn, who ventures into the depths only to confront ancient horrors that defy understanding. The game blends classic shooter mechanics with suffocating tension, scarce ammo, brutal enemies, and an overwhelming sense of isolation. Every echo in the dark waters could be your last warning before something monstrous drags you into the abyss. The environments are beautifully terrifying. Flooded corridors, broken submarines, and vast underwater caverns filled with ancient ruins.
What have we unlocked? This newfound creature, it's unlike anything we've ever encountered.
Industria 2 invites players into a hauntingly beautiful parallel dimension, a surreal world where nature and machinery have become one. You step into the role of Nora, a woman stranded in a realm overtaken by a vast artificial intelligence. It's a place where forests weave through rusting metal, waterfalls crash against industrial towers, and silence hums with the presence of something watching you. Developed by Bleak Mill and published by Head Up Games, this narrative-driven first-person adventure combines survival horror, exploration, and immersive sim mechanics. You'll scavenge for supplies, face mechanical monstrosities, and uncover fragments of a mystery that blurs the line between human emotion and machine logic.
Ammo using components we find along the way.
Ferocious is raw, primal survival wrapped in cinematic intensity. You awaken on an uncharted island where time seems broken, dinosaurs roam freely, mercenaries hunt for ancient relics, and nature itself turns hostile. The moment you step onto the sand, the world demands one thing: fight or die. Developed by OMYOG, this first-person adventure blends high-stakes combat with exploration, letting you craft weapons, scavenge resources, and piece together the island's dark past. The dense jungles hide both predators and secrets, while ancient ruins tell stories of civilizations that vanished long before you arrived. Ferocious thrives on unpredictability. A calm trek through the forest can explode into chaos in seconds when a pack of raptors bursts from the brush, or a helicopter crashes overhead.
Come here to fight. I just want to find my brother.
And I can help you find him.
Hello? Who is this?
I'm the one who pulled.
I'm Alistair Kane, CEO of Manifesto.
Everything here is trying to kill me!
The animals are not the real threat on